Mr. Chairman, Madam Vice Chair, members of the committee, everyone should be able to vote free from fear or intimidation. That's especially true in these polarizing times. This bill bans firearms at polling places and 100 feet from a polling place. It, of course, makes exceptions for law enforcement officers. 10 states have this law already. That includes blue states like California that are traditionally pro-gun safety. It includes red states like Texas that allow open carry and are traditionally pro-Second Amendment. I ask for a favorable report.
Let's go to the opponent. We have Mark Pennick signed up. Mr. Pennick.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I have written testimony. I am the president of a Maryland show issue. I commend the panel to the written testimony. I have wanted to address the
Mr. Pennick, could you speak up a little bit or move closer to your microphone?
I'm sorry, can you hear me better now?
Yes, sir.
So I have submitted written testimony that talks about the 100 feet because that includes private residence, and under the Supreme Court's decision in Heller, you simply may not ban the possession of firearms in private residence. The bill is overbroad. The bill also creates dozens, literally dozens of new gun-free zones in private buildings, whereas nothing like that has happened before. I have as well want to address these 10 states that have similar prohibitions. I have in the chat posted a link to those 10 states on the National Conference of State Legislatures that details the actual legislation involved in each of these 10 states, and none of them are as broad as this one. And I will give you an example. Senator Wallstreicher cited the California statute, and he's quite right. It's not a gun-friendly state. And that statute merely prohibits the possession of a person who is stationed in the immediate vicinity of or posted at a polling place. Now, California, like Maryland, restricts handgun permits to people with good cause. But California does not prohibit persons with handgun permits from carrying concealed into a polling spot. The District of Columbia merely provides a person with a license may not go inside a polling spot. No state bans the mere possession within 100 feet of a polling site. None. So this legislation is way overbroad. Now, we don't subscribe to any sort of voter intimidation. We abhor that as well. And that can be accomplished simply by banning the open carry of firearms at the polling spot. And that would be fine. And if the bill were simply amended to provide that, we would have no objection. But this bill as written is vastly overbroad and actually basically penalizes possessions that are not only permitted by state law, but protected by the Constitution. I'll be happy to take any questions.
Thank you. Questions for Mr. Pennick? Seeing none, thank you, Mr. Pennick, for your testimony. That concludes the hearing on Senator Wallstreicher's bill.